Good afternoon and welcome to San Diego City College's Welcome Week, day 2, if you will. And so I'm so excited that you guys have all joined us and look forward to getting some really great information to you, news that you can use, whether you're a returning student or a brand new student. Welcome to San Diego City College. We are so glad that you chose us. I guarantee that your experience as a student in your higher education journey, you'll find it very fulfilling at San Diego City College. So thank you for being with us. And without further ado, I've got some really great guests lined up so that you can find out information about some of our programs and services. So my name is Lori Oldham, and I thank you for coming. And without further ado, please let me introduce Abby Weisman, and she is from our mental health services area. So welcome, Abby. Appreciate you coming today.
Hi, Lori. Thanks for having me. Hello, everyone watching. Welcome to City College. My name's Abby, as Lori introduced, and I'm a mental health counselor at City College's Student Health Center. So for those who don't already know, City has an integrated health center. We offer both mental and medical services, and the wonderful Michelle will be on after me to discuss those medical services, and I'm here to speak on the mental health half of the house. So we offer individual, couples, and family therapy. So what that means is that during your time at City, even if you're just enrolled in one course, you are eligible for mental health services, for mental health therapy. You can do so individually, meet one-on-one with a counselor. You can also bring in a partner or a family member at no additional cost. There is no cost. These services are free. And that person doesn't even need to be a City student because you're the one enrolled. So those services are available to you. In addition, we offer case management and connection to basic needs resources. And we're proud to have a diverse staff that reflects City's wonderful diversity, meaning we have therapists of different gender identities, different races. Sessions can be held in multiple languages. So if English is not your first language, please let us know. Or if you have a preference for who your therapist is, also please let us know, and we'll do our absolute best to accommodate. We want you to feel comfortable in accessing our services. As of now, we do continue to operate virtually until we receive more direction from the district and can ensure kind of the ongoing safety of both our students and our staff. This means that you'll meet by Zoom with a counselor, similarly to how you've probably been operating the last couple of years. We have a HIPAA encrypted Zoom to kind of increase security and privacy, and we will meet with you over Zoom chat till future notice. And our days in the office now are Monday through Thursday. But our website is the best place to find all this information and more. It has, overview of our services, our up-to-date hours, link to request an initial meeting. We also offer groups and workshops. So our website will be the best place to find out what we're offering this semester. And a quick Google search of SD City mental health will get you there. So lastly, I just want to say that I recognize that there is still a lot of stigma surrounding mental health and what it means to seek counseling. And I understand many of us come from families and cultures that teach us that, asking for help is a sign of weakness. But I just want to be really clear that there is nothing to be ashamed about seeking our services, that recognizing that you need support, and reaching out for help is actually incredibly brave and really just a sign that you're human. And taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health. And there's no problem too small to be seen by a counselor. And in fact, it can be really effective to prevent crisis by getting in early, and discussing issues early on. So with that said, I hope you'll consider checking us out, stopping by to say hi once we're back on campus, and seeing how we can support you during your time here at City. So thanks so much for having me. I wish everyone watching a wonderful spring semester.
Abby, may I ask a couple questions, please?
Please.
Oh, thank you. So one of the things that I think we've all uncovered with this pandemic for the past 2 years is that we are also vulnerable, and how important mental health, addressing, potential issues or issues that you're experiencing in the right now, here and there. We all need to do that. We need to love ourselves to do that. I'm just wondering if you would be so kind to let students know that it's free of charge, and then also to extended families and things like that, members to be involved, or friends.
Yes, I did mention it, but it was very brief. So let me be clear that these are free services, meaning we don't take insurance, we don't take copay, we don't ask for a credit card. These services are covered by your student health fee, which you pay when you enroll in class. So there is absolutely no charge to be seen. And I don't think I mentioned that these are confidential services. And so what that means is these are completely separate from your academic record. We don't, this has nothing to do with, your official record for school. If someone wanted to know if you'd been being seen at the center or what you were being seen for, we would not ever disclose. We have legal and ethical obligations to not disclose your information. So this is a really kind of safe place for you during your time at City. And yes, partners, family members, you can bring them in. I guess bring them in while we're still virtual, but you can meet by Zoom for now with a partner or a family member, and you can learn to fight better. That's the real goal, right? Maybe it's not realistic to never fight, but we can certainly fight fairly, fight respectfully during these ongoing pandemic times. We're often in tight quarters with our loved ones, and that can increase conflict. So you can bring that person in and learn how to more effectively communicate with them to just create more harmony in your household.
Thank you so much, Abby. And the other thing I just wanted to let students know is about, meditation. If you could talk about the gift of meditation, like in the morning when you rise, like things like that. It's tools that I've learned as part of the San Diego City College family that is very helpful, because we've all been experiencing mental health matters, anguish, anxiety, just all different kinds of feelings and emotions that we really haven't. It's unprecedented how we've never experienced something like this in our lifetimes. And so it's just, if you could just touch about that for a moment, please.
Sure. Yeah. So we're, first of all, yes, all the feelings are valid right now. There's no bad feelings. There are uncomfortable feelings that we don't enjoy feeling, but they're not inherently bad. Anxiety makes a lot of sense right now. Fear makes a lot of sense right now. Maybe anger, resentment make a lot of sense right now. But we can help you manage those because we are short-term in nature, meaning, we are only available to you during your time at City College. We are very skills-based. So that'll often include teaching you skills to manage these uncomfortable, difficult emotions. And to Lori's point, that may include meditation. And, meditation doesn't always necessarily mean finding a quiet place to sit and your mind clears and you levitate off the couch. It can really be while you're washing your hands or folding your laundry or driving your car. It's learning to be present, kind of observing your feelings and emotions rather than engaging with them. And it can be a really beautiful tool to help decrease stress and decrease anxiety. And it's an example of a skill that we can absolutely practice with you, teach you to, take with you even after your time is done at City.
Thank you so much, Abby. We really appreciate our mental health services program here, and we're so grateful for everything that you do for our students and for just the entire campus community. So thank you so much for coming today, Abby. Wishing you all the best this semester, and thanks just for being you.
Oh, thank you so much, Lori. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, you too. And so next I'd like to introduce Michelle Mccurdy, and she is from our Student Health Services Department, and she's here to talk about everything that's available to you from our Student Health Services. So thank you for coming today, Michelle. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Good to see everybody. Welcome, everyone. And thank you, Abby. That was wonderful. It's such a, again, my name is Michelle Mccurdy. I'm one of the nurse practitioners here, and it is an absolute privilege to work here and serve our students. I've been here for 7 years, and I've been with the district for 14 years. And recently we have merged with mental health services, the mental health center, and it is truly a collaborative relationship because after all, we are treating the whole body, and that's exactly what we do here at our center. Is we look at our students, we approach issues, health problems holistically, and that's really a hallmark of what we do. So basically, in a nutshell, though, what we do here at our student health clinic on our side is, we run very much like a regular doctor's office in terms of, if you need an appointment for a regular physical, if you have a sore throat, if you have tummy pain, if you have asthma, we write prescriptions, we can order blood tests, we draw blood in the clinic and send it to the lab. We do offer some vaccinations. We have tetanus, we do TB testing. We usually have a flu test, but because we really don't have any students coming on campus right now, it didn't make sense for us to spend the money and purchase it when it was going to end up going to waste. And all of our services, most of our services are free of charge. The visits are free. However, we do have to charge for the blood tests. If somebody needs a medication, the prescription that we write, then they have to go to the pharmacy and fill that prescription. But our charges, we do try to work with students and keep those charges to a minimum. We only really charge with students what the lab or the pharmacy charges us in terms of cost, but we are willing to work with students if there's any issues at all. We're also a great source for resources in general. So even if we are not able to help the student with a certain, with one particular medical issue, we're a great first stop in terms of just, providing students with the support and resources they need to find whatever it is they need in the community. And we've got a great team of healthcare providers here. We do have a medical director, Dr. Carol. She's here twice a week for appointments. We have Debbie Helm, another nurse practitioner, and then, and she's right here today. And we've got two, we're in a process of rebuilding our team right now. We had a whole bunch of our nurses retired during the pandemic. They decided, okay, this is a good time to transition. So we are a little bit in a rebuilding phase. We've just hired on 2 excellent nurses. One of them is a nurse practitioner, another RN of 28 years experience. Our new nurse practitioner has 8 years experience as an RN and is a newer nurse practitioner that we're going to be training. And Rafa and Char are their names. And we've been working on bringing them on board. So we're just really looking forward to, kind of rebooting and starting the semester, seeing all of you students come back. We do have, for the time being, we virtual appointments are available. We do also have in-person appointments because clearly sometimes that is necessary, but we also really want to work with you students in terms of what is easiest for you and what is medically necessary. So we'll work with you in terms of what type of visit you need or want. And again, just like Abby mentioned, all the information is absolutely confidential. We're bound by legal and ethical grounds to keep. We cannot share any of that information with classmates or professors or any administration. So, so just to let you know, one of the things, obviously, and the elephant in the room is COVID, and we certainly do recognize that there's a lot of confusion and questions about the vaccine. Just know that we are a judgment-free zone, and I just hope that students feel safe coming to us. If they just have questions or concerns, feel free to come to us. We're happy to answer them. So I guess probably let's just, probably the easiest thing to do at this point is to just go through our website in terms of how to contact us, because we do have an online form. So let me just share that with you. So this is just the main City College webpage. You just go to Student Services, and then you'll see down here, there is the mental health counseling that Abby was referring to, and then we have the Student Health Center. And again, the Student Health Center is comprised of both the mental health counseling and the Student Health Clinic, which is us, the medical side. And then here, Student Health Clinic. And so our website has, obviously emergency information, and then there are these tabs that give you some additional information. And then right here, is information on how to get a hold of us. Our phone number is 619-388-3450. Give us a call. We do have our front desk people working remotely until February 22nd. So the answering machine does go on, and you just have to leave. Please do, if you have a question, just leave us a voicemail, because we do check that voicemail frequently. Please leave your name and, most importantly, a phone number, because there's no way for us, there's no caller ID as we're checking it remotely, at least that we know of, where we can call you back. So just please make sure when you do call us to just leave your name and your phone number, repeat that phone number twice, leave your name, and just very clear message that we can hear. Sometimes the message does cut out. And then another way, if you'd rather not use the phone, is to just use this form here. We have a Google form where you can just put in your information, submit it, and then again, we are checking that form frequently to see if anybody needs anything. So we're pretty easy and available to get a hold of. One of the other things that we are getting asked about frequently is the vaccines and the cleared for. And there is, just in case, and I'm sure maybe you students have already heard this, but I just want to reiterate, because we do seem to be fielding a lot of questions about this, about COVID testing and about getting clearance to come back to class. To submit your form, first of all, right here, you can submit proof of vaccination. Then you go down, there's this cleared for registration button. So if you click on that, what it'll do is it'll take you to this program where you then put in your student ID, just follow the prompts, and then you will be able to do several things. You'll be able to upload your vaccination records, and then you'll also be able to order a test. These are PCR tests that a lot of students that are either, and it's a good idea if you are vaccinated, it's not a bad idea to just get tested once in a while. Definitely if you've been exposed, you're going to want testing. If you are unvaccinated and exempted and allowed to take classes on campus, then you do have to be tested 72 hours before you go to class. And so you will need this cleared for pass. All students will need a cleared for pass to access services on campus or their class. And so this is the way, the process through which you will do that. And once you fill this out, you will be getting a pass. And when you click that link every day, you'll get a special pass for the day, giving you ability to access campus every day. I know this is a lot of information. We healthcare providers ourselves are frustrated with all the changes. It's just as hard for us. So I can only imagine what it's like for all of you. So, feel free to call us. We're getting a lot of calls if we're, and just be patient with us. We're doing the best we can to get back to you. We have a lot of faculty members calling and asking questions as well, but we're here, we're doing the best we can, and we really want to serve you. And we feel so privileged and happy to do so.
Michelle, thank you so much for that love. I think in our convocation, our president, Dr. Shabazz, talked about love being a theme this year for to kick off our spring semester. So thank you for bringing that energy in, Abby, too. But one of the things that students are wondering, testing kits, is there a place on campus where students can get tested, even though it would be 72 hours in advance notice for them to upload that information? Can you address that, please?
Yeah, so Biocept is the company through which the district is contracted to do testing on all of our campuses, all 3 campuses, including City College. There is a schedule on the website, on the City College website, the time and the places for testing. And so what you need to do before you go to the testing site is to make sure you follow the process that I just went through. You set up an appointment. You need to set in an appointment, and then you can go in and get tested. That's for the regular routine PCR testing. Rapid testing, we have very limited supply of rapid tests here in the clinic simply because those tests are so expensive. We are able to get some through the county, but then they expire and then we have to wait to get more. So, they're not as easy to come by, but we do have those available on campus. If somebody needs a rapid test, we are able to do that. But those are sort of our options here on campus. There are resources off campus as well, which we gladly share with students when they come in. You can always go to the San Diego County website. They have several sites all over San Diego County with free COVID testing as well. Does that help answer the question?
Absolutely. Is it just the accessibility of especially rapid tests like you're talking about here, given that, well, during the holiday season, it was really hard for folks to get their hands on them. But I don't know about you, but thank you for spreading the news about the presidential office of the United States sending out test kits.
Yes.
So signed up for mine, and I've got mine.
Yes, I just got mine yesterday.
Yeah.
So they're coming. Sometimes they're taking a little while, but they are coming.
For those students that don't know about it, could you do you know the?
Yes. All you have to do is just Google, government COVID test, and it'll take you to a website. And I think it's through the US Post Office.
Right on our website.
And it is right on our web page. Debbie is the nurse practitioner that designs and keeps our web page updated. So we're so grateful for her that she's doing this on the side in addition to caring for patients. So it is on our web page. It's very simple. I was actually surprised how simple it was to fill out. And then you just submit it, and it came in the mail, a nice big brown envelope. I felt like, it was Christmas or something. So.
Right? It kind of did. And really,
yeah, it did. It felt like, it kind of feels special, did it? So it's a weird feeling. So yeah.
The other thing I wanted to say, as a proud alumnus of San Diego City College, is where I earned my associate's degree from. When I was a student, I just want telling this little background story for students, is that when I was sick, so I didn't have a job, I was a full-time student, and I got really sick with a cold, which when my professor said, hey, you should go to student health services or student health clinic. And when I went, I discovered I had bronchitis.
Oh.
And so not having a job, I didn't have the money right then and there to get the antibiotics. And so what was given to me as a student was an IOU.
Yes.
So that as soon as I got like my next, disbursement of, I don't know, in my case, it was my financial aid to pay it back. And so that allowed me to get well sooner. I don't know if you guys still do that.
Yeah, we do IOUs, and we also do have some prescription medications that are very common, like some antibiotics for sinus infections and bronchitis and strep throat. We do have those prescriptions here on site, so the student doesn't even have to go to the pharmacy. We can dispense it right here for a very low price, I think around $6 or something like that. And then, we certainly do IOUs for students who can't afford to pay right away. That is perfectly, that's something we do on a regular basis. So we're here primarily for the students, and we will find a way to help you in any way we can. And the other nice thing is that we're not bound by the typical 15-minute limit visits that a lot of places are, because we don't take insurance. We're not bound by those financial pressures, really. So we spend as much as an hour with each student, discussing anything. And a lot of it is, preventative health too. A lot of students have issues with sleep, have issues with anxiety and stress, that sort of couples with the mental health side. So we're here as a resource for students. Even if you have a regular doctor that you go to, we understand that those visits with the regular doctor can sometimes be very brief and very rushed, and you really don't have time to ask and explore all the questions you might have. We have some students that bring their lab results in to us because they just didn't really understand or have time to have those results explained to them. So we have some students that come in and bring those in, and we help them understand them, or we can help them kind of, navigate their relationship with their regular primary care provider in terms of, helping bridge the gap with care, because sometimes it is hard to get in with your regular doctor. So we recognize that here.
And that's so terrific, again, in the spirit of love, because information is power, right? So we don't know what we don't know. And I didn't even know that myself, Michelle, but that's such a terrific service that you all provide students, because not only the reasons that you mentioned, but also the accessibility where they might have to get on a bus and, take themselves out the way to get to a clinic or a doctor or something like that. Whereas our campus is central to, to where their classes are located when we are
Right.
on campus, but still virtually, right? And
yeah. And I'd want students to know too, if there's a group of students out there that has a health topic that's of interest to them, we've had some Zoom course, sessions of topics and whatnot. I had a like a healthy lunch bunch that I was holding during the peak of the pandemic when we were all kind of cooped up. But if there is a health topic that there's students that really want to have support around, feel free to let us know. We can certainly form a support group. Say if there's a bunch of students that have type 2 diabetes or type 1 diabetes and they just want to be able to get together and kind of form a support group, we can certainly help to hold space for that and mentor a group like that and help them answer questions. And so, it's really medical health, but also preventative health and just supportive and hopefully a supportive environment for students who are just trying to navigate their health or have questions. There's a lot of questions about dieting, healthy foods. That's a lot of what I like to do, is talk about healthy eating and healthy habits. There's so many myths out there about nutrition. So there are, it's such a confusing time. There's so much information. There's so much that we have difficulty understanding, and even for us healthcare providers, it's confusing. So it's just nice to have a place where you can get good information, reliable information, information from sources that are part of this home community, this campus, that we're just here for you. So please make use of our resources. Even if you don't, you just want to stop by and say hello, feel free to come in and just check out our space and say hello and just see where we are, so that if you do need us, you know exactly where we're located, which is sort of up in the north part of the campus by Russ Boulevard. So we're a little farther away, which is a little hard for us because we're not as close to the hub and the action of campus towards the center of campus, but we are here and we encourage you to come visit us and say hello.
Well, thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate your presentation, and it was so informative. And treating the body and the mind and the spirit are all connected. And so the work that your two departments do, where it intersects, it really is built to treat the entire part of a person. So thank you for your service, for everything that you do for our students and for us, our campus community. Thank you. And then, hey, Debbie, thank you also. And you all have a good rest of your day. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Lori, so much. It's our pleasure. Absolutely our pleasure. Take care.
Bye, everybody. Semester. So we're waiting for our next folks to show up. I wanted to go into our website and talk a little bit about some of the student affairs programming that we have. And I'm going to do that right now. If you just give me a moment so that I can get it up on my system here. And here we go. I'm going to share my screen as well. Just one moment, please. So if you go to our website is sdcity.edu. That's a really nice website. And if you go to Life in the City, and then you log into here's Student Affairs, this is some of the programming that we offer here. I know that somebody just jumped in and I want to be respectful of their time, so perhaps I have an opportunity to come back. I'm going to stop sharing for the moment, and then I'm going to welcome Lillian Garcia, who is our director of our EOPS programs and services. Lillian, welcome, and thank you so much for coming. I think she's still trying to get on with her audio. So one moment, please. I am sorry. I'm going to go ahead and while Lillian's trying to get on, it seems to be having some technical difficulties. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen until I hear her voice. What I wanted to do is talk about some of the wonderful programs and services from the Office of Student Affairs where I work at. So first thing is Associated Students Government, and I am so honored and privileged to be one of the advisors along with Dean of Student Affairs, Dr. Don Sanchez. So Associated Student Government, if you're a student, you really want to get involved to make a change, make positive change, meet the student, the constituency of students where they're at. This is the place to be. So if you're looking to join something where it's bigger than what you are as an individual, you get to meet like-minded thinkers. You get to, strive to make a difference in the lives of students and also your fellow Associated Students Government officers. And so I do want to give a little shout out to our ASG that's been operating on very limited folks. So I want to thank you see Victoria Owusu. She is our president. Our vice president is Clara Akinamar, and then we have Diego and then Marie Magambi. And so we're very, very small, but very, very mighty. The wonderful things that our students in ASG have been able to accomplish are phenomenal. One of their legacy projects that they've worked on so far for this semester is for period equity for all of our students at City College. And what that means is that period equity is for people who have menstrual cycles. They purchased one dispenser for each one of our buildings to be installed on the ground floor, and then also the product. So the products with pads and tampons will be available to students at no cost. They'll also be housed, besides every building going to a restroom where it's installed. We will have it in non-gender identified bathrooms as well as women's bathrooms. And then also our student health services will be able to assist our students with, for example, the costs associated with period is, some people have to choose the cost of that versus something else. And sometimes it's food. So we are more than happy to provide students with a supply that will last them for the cycle that they're in, and that can be constantly for as long as you need it. So I'm really proud of the work that our small but mighty Associated Students Government has been able to accomplish this in this past semester. They will be installed probably throughout the summertime. And there is a law also in California where public institutions, educational institutions are required to provide them. But our ASG wanted to jumpstart the process and get it get that done as soon as possible. I feel like a proud mother because I feel like these individuals are just, they're a small group, but they're mighty. And I want to invite you to join our Associated Students Government. And if you scroll down on the ASG page, there's a way that you can contact Victoria, you can contact me. We are, okay, everything that you would want to know about ASG is here, including an application. So hopefully, please consider us. Please join us at our meetings. It's right here where we meet virtually currently. And then here's our Zoom ID from 3 to 4:30 every Monday, starting next Monday. So hopefully we'll see you there. You have an open invitation. I invite you to come check us out and see what it's about, because I guarantee you, if you are a student wanting to make positive change in your campus community, this is the place to be. So Lillian, are you there?
Yes, hi, Lori, I'm here.
Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. I noticed that there's a little technical issue, so I went ahead and started sharing my screen to fill up the airtime. But I want to welcome Lillian Garcia. She's our EOPS director, and she comes bearing wonderful news. So thank you so much, Lillian, for coming. I'll hand it over to you.
Of course. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, city students. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you, Lori. My name is Lillian Garcia, and I'm the director of our wonderful EOPS program. If it's okay, I have just one slide to share with you all, to share a little bit about our program. So hopefully you can all see that. So EOPS stands for Extended Opportunity Programs and Services. And I'll try to enlarge this a bit. But yes, so we have a few programs under EOPS. We have the CARE program and the Next Step program. But essentially, all of our EOPS students receive all the benefits. They get priority enrollment for fall, spring, and summer. So you get to choose your classes before, open enrollment. And so that gives you an opportunity to really stick to your education plan and also get the best professors and times that really work with your schedule. We also are very, very proud to have our set of counselors. So we have our EOPS counselors that support our students with their academic, career, and personal counseling and advisement. We provide extra support with students that want to transfer. We also provide, once we're back on campus, we provide students with print card disbursement so they can print, in the different stations around campus. We also provide you with your ASB membership for the year. And then we have direct grants for our students. Last semester, we were able to give students $200. It all depends. Every semester is a little bit different. But we also have every semester students get $200 to use at the bookstore. So that's a $200 book service award for our students. And then we want to celebrate all of our student successes. So we do have a graduation reception that we have for our students, and we do provide cap and gowns for them. And then those students that are in the PTK, the Honor Society, meaning they've gotten a 3.5 GPA or above, we also pay for their $90 fee to be able to participate in that. And then we do have our own set of EOPS scholarships. Last year we gave out 10 scholarships, $400 each. And then we do have our summer readiness program for incoming students. And that happens the summer before they start school. And that's just a full program where they can really get to know the campus, really get to know how best to transition and all the resources that are available, and get to make friends and a network of support along the way. So that's EOPS in a nutshell. There's an EOPS program at every community college in the state of California, and we're really proud that we have a robust program here at City College. Within EOPS, like I mentioned, we have two other programs, the CARE program, which is for single parents that are receiving Cache CalWorks. So they get extra support, they have their own counselor, and they get extra financial and academic support as well. And then we have our Next Step program, which is a program for former foster youth. And students have been in the foster care system after the age of 13, and they have to be younger than 26. And again, they have their own counselor, they have their own really support network, and they get extra support in terms of emergency grants, grocery cards, anything like that, and also just motivation and different workshops that will help them out. So that's our program. We hope you will apply. We are accepting applications. We accept applications every semester. And right now we're accepting them through about the end of February. And I'll put in the chat, if I may, the website, and that's if you just go to sdcity.edu and search for EOPS. On the left-hand side of our website, you'll see the application. It says to apply. It'll take you about 5 minutes. So it's very short, and hopefully you all will apply, because we want to be able to welcome you into our program so you can receive all of the resources and the benefits, but also so that we can build community and succeed together. Thank you, Lori.
Well, thank you, Lillian. But one of the things I absolutely love about EOPS is what you do during the holiday season. I don't want you to toot your own horn, but it's so students know how much love is in the EOPS office and how much you guys love your students. Do you want to talk about that at all?
Sure, we do have some, we have workshops and a lot of different things for our students, but one very special event that we do have is the Toys for Tots holiday event. And so we collaborate with EOPS, CARE, Next Up, and also with our CalWorks program on campus. All of our single parents that are in the program are able to participate. So we collaborate with Toys for Tots, and we gather, we get gifts for the students by age, we wrap them. And then the last years we've had to do drive-through where they come by and pick up their gifts. But prior to that, and hopefully next year, we do have a very nice event, a sit-down dinner where Santa Claus comes and the kids get to take pictures with Santa. It's a really, really nice holiday event. Thank you, Lori, for mentioning it. It just gives you a little taste of how much we appreciate our students and how much we want them to succeed, and we want to provide them with as many things as we can so they can be successful.
So thank you so much for elaborating on that, Lillian. I was going to ask again if you, so another one of the things that you guys do is you guys have these phenomenal programs that are so creative to also work with the families, the children of your EOPS students, like story time and stuff. Do you still offer those programs?
Yeah, so it just depends what events and workshops we're providing, but we have done story time so that our students, that our parents, we've done it online, obviously remotely, but we've been able to do a little bit of story time with our students, and it's nice to have other students that are parents in the Zoom as well, and they start getting to know each other, and they start getting to support each other too.
I think what I want to say to students is that if you're looking for a place to belong, EOPS, our CARE program, and our Next Up program, they're learning communities, but they're also family. I can't even tell you, it's something that you have to experience as a student. And so can you please let students know what criteria they have to meet in order to become and where they can get the application from?
Yes, of course. So our application is on our website. So I'll try to put it in the chat in just a little bit. But if you go to sdcity.edu and then you just type in EOPS, you'll find the website there. And then our application is on our menu bar on the left-hand side. It'll take about 5 minutes. We tell students, just don't worry too much about the requirements. Just make sure you apply. You do have to be enrolled in classes, and we do check that you're enrolled in 12 units when you do apply. We do serve low-income students, so we're looking at students that are the lowest income on campus. But again, we have we work with our system, and we are able to check, financial aid and DACA award letters. So we can check all of that information so that we can see that you are eligible. But the first step is to make sure you're enrolled in 12 units, and then that way we can move forward with checking all the other things that we have for our application. And I'll go ahead and put it in the chat.
Oh, okay, thank you. And so I would like to actually share my screen then, Lillian, because I was talking about our student services, and I'm just going to show folks there how easy it is to get there from our student services here and to go to EOPS. This is the programs for the summer readiness, EOPS, and Next Up. Students, if you're interested, it's very simple to get to the website, and the application, I want to say, is to apply right there.
Right on the left. So there, it'll pop up a very short application.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. There it is. So EOPS, we accept applications through the end of February. For CARE and Next Steps, these are special programs within our program. We'll continue to accept applications throughout the semester. But the earlier you get into our program, the earlier you apply, the earlier we can provide you with all the services, including especially the book award at the bookstore.
Very good. So if there's any bottom line here is apply. Whether you think you're eligible or not, it's a really great program. And then when you continue education maybe at San Diego State and other CSUs, they also have those programs there. So it's such a nice transition to go from a community college. Go ahead, Lillian.
Yes, definitely. All the UCs and all the CSUs have some version of an EOPS program. At the CSUs are all called EOP. Education Opportunity Program, and at the UCs are all called a little bit different. UCSD, it's called OASIS, Office of Academic Support and Instructional Services. UC Santa Barbara, it's called like Step Up. So they're all a little bit different, but there's definitely programs to help you transition and to also help you to be successful. And that includes, academic workshops, financial support. So that's what we're here all about. We're here about, helping to ensure that you know what all the resources are, that you take advantage of them, and that, you're in community, like you were saying, a sense of belonging and feeling like you're a part of something smaller within the larger campus. We're all about helping you to reach that and really help you create that network of support of students and staff that are going to be there for you and are going to help you to be successful. And now I have to add something else to my little mini slide, because now when you apply to San Diego State University, certain programs like EOPS, CalWorks, Umoja, Hubu, Puente, students will be receiving a priority admissions through their transfer. So it's very new, but if you're part of one of these learning communities or one of these student support services retention programs, they're going to give you a little bit of a head up in terms of transferring to San Diego State. And that just shows how important these programs are in your success, but also how important the universities believe that these programs are, especially San Diego State. So we're really excited about that. This is the first year that our students will be getting that priority notification as being part of EOPS and some of these other programs as well. So thanks, Lori.
That is so phenomenal. Thank you so much, Lillian. Appreciate your time, and keep up the great work. Have a wonderful semester, and thanks for bringing that love and energy to our welcome week. All right, thank you so much. Take care. So while we are awaiting our next presenter, I'm going to just circle back and go back to our Office of Student Affairs, because it is, let me just go here, excuse me. So the way that we get to the Office of Student Affairs is, let me stop sharing this real quick so I can make sure that you all have it. There we go. Student Affairs. So I was talking about Associated Students Government. The other thing that is really of importance, and I'm happy to talk about this while we are awaiting our next guest, our Basic Needs Program. And so our Basic Needs Program has been developed to help students with basic needs. So whether you might have, you may have homeless or hunger issues or anything of that nature impacted in any kind of way, our Basic Needs Department is here to assist you. It starts off with this Basic Needs Assessment, which you would just click there, and then you go through a very simple process of, as you can see, of information, and then you submit it, and one of our Basic Needs counselors will get back with regard to whatever matters that you need assistance with. And the reason it's really important to me to bring it up is because knowing that our pandemic has changed the landscape of the workforce, and many of our students lost their job and things of that nature, were evicted. So to bring you resources and services, our Basic Needs Program is here to assist. We also have our Hunger Action Days. if you don't know about it, it's where twice a month we work with what are they called? I'm sorry, Feeding San Diego and the San Diego Food Bank. And they bring fresh produce and, just all different kinds of grocery items that you can use. We even have a cooking challenge where one of our students, does a video and posts a cooking challenge. So if we have one of the items might be pears, right? So what can you do with pears? And so the student that has been able to make these little videos, these challenges to cook, will bring a recipe to light and allow students to, understand what they can do with pears. And then also students can post their version of what they would do with pears and things of that nature. But I want you to be aware, if you're looking for our Hunger Action Days, you sign up here. And it's February 1st was the last one, and then we'll have another one. It's the first Tuesday and the third Monday of every month. And so it's from 12:30 to 1:30 or until the supplies last. But I invite you to check us out there. It's a really great resource for some fresh food, and it's very helpful for families that need a little extra during this time. We also in the basic needs, there's financial resources, there's food, emergency aid, food, health, different kinds of programs, technology. So for example, if you're a student, don't have a computer or Wi-Fi, we do have a computer loaner program that's operated by our LRC. It tells you how to request it. If you need a laptop or Wi-Fi, there is you click on the Chromebook loaner program, and it'll get you all hooked up. And then finally, I wanted to kind of go here, and we have our Welcome Home City page. This is where you get to meet some of our counselors in the program, where their expertise is to assist students with, for example, housing needs, or if your students are suffering from maybe an economic hardship, or anything where you have need. I would strongly suggest that you think about and actually, complete the assessment form, the one that I showed you earlier. But our counselors are so wonderful, and the work they do is really intended, to be of service to our students. And so please consider all the things that our basic needs department does. And then the other thing, student affairs, while we're still awaiting our guests, we have a short welcome week program today because we didn't have a lot of folks to sign up. So I will just try, I will work through, just spreading some information that you can use. We do also have, and our student affairs office works with our interclub council and all the student clubs on campus. So if you're wanting to be a part of a club that already exists, or you're wanting to create a new club that doesn't exist, let us know, and we can assist you with your endeavor in trying to get a student club and organization. Like right now, summary list of clubs that we have right now are referenced here. And so there's a lot of them that are still operating, even in the midst of our pandemic. So if you're interested in anything, I encourage you to check out our student club page, and then also find out how you can start your own club if that's something that you're interested in. Excuse me. Now I'm going to go back to our student affairs webpage, and I'm just going to continue on with financial resources. So financial aid is, they have a little chat bot there that you can access should you have questions, and our wonderful financial aid staff will address, anything that you need to know about applying for financial aid, how to complete your FAFSA. They're there to assist you. So I just want to make sure that You get to see their part of the web page because it's very informative. They do have live support. But I would strongly suggest if you're wanting and needing assistance for financial aid, please contact them. Their email for questions is cityaid@sdccd.edu, and I would just encourage you to do so. Another thing that we do is graduation. So when it's the time that you get to graduate because of all the success that you've experienced at San Diego City College, we have graduation. And so that culminates your entire journey at San Diego City with celebration. And you may have heard Lillian and Abby, as well as Michelle, talk about virtual programming. So Lillian was telling you that their graduation for EOPS students has been happening virtually, as so has been our actual graduation ceremony, our commencement for all San Diego City College students. And we like to share in your success. We encourage you any way possible to keep up with your great work and experience the success, and reach out to any of these programs and services so that you can take advantage of what we have out there. I was going to go through some other programs, but honestly, I think at this point I will conclude our program, as some of our program participants emailed me and they're having technical difficulties. And so other than what you heard today, I invite you to visit our website. When we go to student services, which Student Affairs Office is a part of, there's a plethora of services that you can find out about, CARES grant, how it works. It's all in alphabetical order, and it's a really good website so that you could, it's managed in a way that is very student friendly. Scholarship season is upon us, and so if you are looking to apply for a scholarship, I would strongly encourage you to go to our scholarships website and check out what's available there. Let's see. Also, our tutorial learning center, if you're needing any support whatsoever with regarding tutorial in any of your classes, that would be the place that you would access. We also have an English center where you can access an English center and also a math center. We also have different program communities, different learning communities. We talked about EOPS, but we also have HUBU. We also have MESA, our Puente project, Moja, student, where's our City Scholars Program. At any rate, wherever you are in your education journey at San Diego City, I encourage you to check us out to see what we have to offer in terms of additional resources, programs, and services. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I wish everybody here a very successful semester and a terrific year. Wishing you all the best in your endeavors, and thanks again for joining us today. I'm Lori Oldham from the Office of Student Affairs. Have a great weekend, or excuse me, have a great weekend coming up, and we'll see you soon. Hopefully you'll give us a shout out and contact us at Student Affairs. All right, take care. Have a great day. Bye now.